All right, I should be back on live stream. Am I back? Should be back. Yeah, that was my bad. Too early in the morning here in California. Yep, now we're working. Okay, cool. Anyway, you don't want to know what I did. Anyway, let's see how long I can stay in this airport without getting permanently banned from California. You know what reasons. That's like whisper too. Otherwise, they know that I know. But we're gonna do our little regulatory arbitrage here. As long as we're drinking. Am I still streaming? I should still be streaming. I may not still be streaming. I'm not streaming anymore. Shit. Okay, so I totally. All right, so am I streaming or not? Waiting for the live stream. Because I have no idea if this is actually streaming or not. Because I kind of forgot to do something before I went live through Zoom. So I totally messed it up. So I may have to go to my YouTube channel to check. I am streaming, but not to where I want to be streaming. Interesting. I'm streaming to the wrong link. That's not good. Streaming to a different link. Go to YouTube channel. Yeah, no, I totally messed that up. Anyway, we're at the airport. I'm just gonna look at the price, and then we go from there. We're at the airport heading to Mexico. I'm at LAX. That's why no one's watching. All right. Now a few minutes before the flight boards. Yesterday was a fun day. Ended up playing poker that night too, in the evening. Shout out. Shout out to Tara who sang that song. I gotta get a link to it. I'll post it somewhere. Also Paulie for hosting the event at his beach house. Okay, so here we are. We have a candle that is now fully above the 20-week moving average. That is a pretty big deal. And yeah, I'm still kind of pissed about this stream. Should have just left it. Yeah, no, he's doing great work over in the reef. I had no idea. Like, I learned so much about lionfish yesterday. Man, you guys need to Google lionfish. Like, forget the whole CO2 and carbon dioxide insanity, but Google lionfish. That's gonna potentially cause serious havoc. Am I going for a full beard? No, I just haven't had time to shave. Anyway, the price of Bitcoin is now fully above a moving average. The last moving average that I have on here. That is the 20-period moving average. There's not much left to be 100% fully bullish Bitcoin. There's really only one hurdle left to do. Well, maybe two. This 20-period moving average needs to reverse and start rising. And the price, actually, that's about it. This moving average simply has to reverse and start rising. And the price of Bitcoin just needs to break this last level of resistance, which is a new all-time high. But Bitcoin is already bullish way before that. The MRI is fully bullish. The Lucid SARs are bullish. You are now above all three moving averages, two of which are rising. And they're almost in proper sequence. Just need a couple of more weeks on that. So, of course, the weekly chart is bullish. The daily chart was flirting with going back under the 128-day moving average, but we bounced right off of it. This continues to show the resilience of the 128-day moving average and why I really like that moving average. The price of Bitcoin is bouncing really, really strong today on Monday. We're going to take a look at the other markets in a second because I still have about 10 minutes before the flight begins to board. Yeah, let's see how long the People's Communist Republic of California lets me sit at the airport this way. God, some people are insane here. Walked into a supermarket, they freaked out. I didn't have a mask on. It's really, really bad. Let me not talk too loud before I get kicked out of another airport. So, look, the daily chart is fully bullish. The MRI is bullish. We are above all three of my moving averages, the 50, the 128, and the 200. And just like with the weekly chart, we need the 128 to reverse and start trending up. And of course, the short-term 50-period moving average needs to get back over the other two moving averages. The last time I drew this projection of a Fibonacci, which is a really weird way, it's a weird way to draw it, but because I know where the previous top is and the bottom, and they fit perfectly within the future looking 38% Fibonacci, I can draw this very unconventional Fibonacci projection. And it's a strange thing to do. No one does it. I've done it every now and then. I don't know how many other people are doing it, but this is my unconventional Fibonacci projection that the price of Bitcoin is going to go to 50,000 on potentially this move. And we have about 4 more days to do it. So that would be a beautiful, we're already at 46,000. So it's not that much to go. We broke 46,000 today. So I would not be surprised if we make it all the way to 50,000 and then a pullback down into the same 38% Fibonacci, which takes us back down to $43,000. Oh, other people are doing this with Fibonacci's? I have no idea. Like I said, I don't watch other traders. And this is not how you normally use them. So I have no idea how many the other people would use this. Short-term chart. Looks like I drew this line yesterday as we were breaking the prior swing low. Generally, that is an area where prices continue to trend down. We did have support of the MRI. By the way, I remain 100% bullish in my trade in GBTC. I have absolutely no reason to walk away from that trade in GBTC. You can see how GBTC went up nicely to the upside. I'm still concerned about the premium being way too low. The premium is back to -11, but eventually there will not be enough GBTC for sale because no new GBTC is being created because no one is investing in the underlying Grayscale trust. So GBTC has had a very nice pop from these lows. I remain 100% invested in my retirement portfolio to Bitcoin until I feel there is a take profit opportunity. Bitcoin dominance, not interesting. Gold had a little bit of a flash crash, which I can't really explain that. So let's just wait and see. Let's take a wait and see approach. Today's only Monday. Doesn't look like it's doing much. Let's wait on gold and evaluate. I would not be long gold right now, but I wouldn't be short gold either. I believe it probably bottomed. I'm still hopeful that gold's going to have a nice rally at the end of the year, but we'll see. I don't like oil here. Oil looks like it's ready for a breakdown. If oil had only bounced off of this one time, it would have been beautiful, but it's now came back to the same area of support. And therefore, I am now going to be short-term bearish on oil because of this chart pattern. S&P 500. S&P 500 is a little bit tricky. We had an MRI top candle, so I am neutral, and I would stay away from the S&P 500 for the time being, which is great because I am very bullish on Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin hits a top and perhaps S&P 500 would pull back down, there could be an opportunity to get out of Bitcoin and move that portfolio into the S&P 500 because I do think the S&P 500 is going to go and hit the top of this channel. All right, looking at your live chat, guys. Do you believe privacy will soon be a major factor in crypto? I know XMR is not so decentralized. Oh, it's not decentralized at all. Are there any cryptos that would interest you if decentralized and private at default? No, absolutely not. Guys, all other cryptos are insecure, non-decentralized, inflation on top of Bitcoin. The fact that 21 million Bitcoin matters more to me than privacy of Bitcoin is what will make sure I never, I'm not dumb enough to sell my Bitcoin for a shitcoin. If you if you believe in Monero, if you believe in another coin with privacy, that means you don't believe that the 21 million Bitcoin is a useful property of Bitcoin. It really is that simple. Now, what is more important to you? The fact that there are only 21 million Bitcoins or the fact that you have private transactions? Now, keep in mind that you can make private transactions with Bitcoin. It's just not at the protocol level. You will have to install some wallets, and you would need to get more people to use wallets that are using things like join markets, coin joins, whatever. The latest in Taproot technology. So you can make private-ish Bitcoin transactions as private as you can, but if you are to switch to another crypto, that means that the 21 million Bitcoin cap has always been irrelevant to you. It doesn't matter to you. It should not have existed. You don't believe in, a finite supply of coins. And that is one of the main reasons. We tried to explain that on the Monero video. Tone, can you elaborate on a lazy investing in S&P? I don't think that investing in the S&P is lazy. I mean, the S&P, where is it? Here's the weekly chart of the S&P. It certainly has its moments. No, it's the daily chart of the S&P, sorry. Here's the weekly chart of the S&P. It certainly has its moments. If you got out properly when the pandemic hit, and then you enter properly. Remember, in early February, around February 5th, so right here, like earlier than here, like somewhere up here, like the first or second week of February, right here, I tweeted out from an airplane flying from Manila, Philippines to LAX, ironically where I am right now. I sent the following tweet. The COVID stuff is getting out of control because I was trying to fly from Asia to the US and then go to Mexico. And I tweeted out, you should short the airlines and go long Zoom. Did I do it? No. Why? Because I'm an idiot. But airlines lost over 50% over the next few months, and Zoom went up like 500% over the same time period. So, I mean, those are individual stocks, but hey, if you saw the pandemic and you got out, and then you got back in, when you recognize that, shit's coming back, I mean, you can make a lot of money with speed. Nothing lazy about it. What's lazy is believing in crazy that the S&P 500 is imminently going to crash. I mean, look what the S&P 500 has done the last 10 years. I mean, how is that lazy? It's not even an unprecedented run. I mean, S&P 500 has had bigger runs. It's I don't see a top anytime soon. I think this needs to go up to like 6,000 and like in the next 2 years or in the next year 6,000 before a crash. I just don't see it on the charts yet. Does the pump remind you of the end of 16, start of 17? Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to get going. Hey, on this conference, I need to change the dates to October 14 to 15. Uh, we're gonna try and I'm gonna try and still do it. I'm gonna try and still salvage the conference. Once I get to Mexico, I'm gonna start messaging all the speakers and letting them know that the dates are changing. Or maybe I'll do it right now before I get on the flight. I got like 5 minutes before boarding. And we're gonna try and get this done. It'll only be open to about 100 people. It's gonna cost about 500 bucks because I need to pay for the speakers' hotel rooms, and Dubai is expensive. So we'll see what we can do. It'll be a great time. Though the whole COVID restriction thing, I don't know. I gotta talk to my speakers. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to support on tonevays.com. You have my calendar. I am at Ugly Old Goats Conference. Going down to Mexico now from LA. All right. Thanks, guys. See you all soon. Bye, guys.